Hello there and welcome to this episode of Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. I'm Alan Waddell and joined as always your head baseball coach of your Southeastern Lions, Coach Matt Reiser. And Coach, thanks for being here. A very challenging week for your club. You play a good Tulane team in the midweek. Then you go to the Keith LeClaire Classic in East Carolina and take on three very good opponents.
Yeah, you know, when we set the schedule up, we knew what we were going to get ourselves into, and going into it, we really needed Wednesday. After losing that series to Troy, Wednesday was going to be huge for us, especially going to Keith LeClaire Classic. And I think at the end of the day, you know, when we're playing this type of competition, going day in, day out, not getting any breather in this 10-game span that we're going through, I think in the long run it's going to make us a lot better for the end of the year.
Well, Matt, let's talk about the weekend for a moment, an opportunity for your club to go over and take on East Carolina. They're a top 25 program, fantastic facilities, fantastic fan base, and I know the goals for your program is win conference championships, get in regionals, get to super regionals. There's a lot of big goals here, and that's like a regional atmosphere.
It really is, and that was the idea of setting it up. You know, when Cliff first got the job at East Carolina, obviously I called him, congratulated him on the job. And the next thing I did next week was call him and say, hey, man, I'd really like to get in that Keith LeClaire Classic. For people who don't know Keith LeClaire, I mean, that's the same idea as a Skip Bertman or Augie Greedo if he stayed around as long as he would have. If it had been possible for him, if he didn't pass away from the LLS. And this is an honor to him. What he did for the college game, what he did for those student athletes and for those young men. And he's got a spread handful of guys out throughout the country that still live and die by him. And so to be a part of that was something special for us, and to play at that level was something special for us as well.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to get to all the highlights right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond.
Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
This is the time. This is Ford Truck Month.
Let me hear you say truck. Yeah, let's crank it on up. Yeah.
Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck, and with over 25 million sold in the past 39 years, no wonder it's the #1 choice in the hardest-working industries out there. This is the place. This is Ford Truck Month. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 cash back on F-150.
Truck, yeah!
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. The Lions were at home on Wednesday night to take on in-state rival Tulane. Let's go out and check out those highlights. It's always a big game when the Tulane Green Wave come to town, and Coach, we have a good one. This was actually the first inning here, and a fantastic play by Jacob Sewell.
Yeah, lead off the ball game. Alameus hits an absolute shot there in the gap, but also we got one of the best center fielders there in the country, and he runs it down there, makes a big-time play, and really set the tone for us. I thought we played much better this night. We played the right way, played hard, and also you saw defensively we played the right way. They were going to the wall, and you know, you got to tip your hat to the lefty. Their lefty came out, was pretty daggone good, made a lot of pitches, but really challenged Cashman more than anything. You know, they got his number twice last year, one when he came in to close, another one where he started, and really challenged him to go out and do something here against Tulane, kind of a last chance deal, and obviously he was brilliant on the night.
Cashman's fastball up to 94 miles per hour against Tulane, and offensively would really get it done. We mentioned it last week on the show. It was nice to have Carson Kreitz back. We'd see a lot of highlights from him, as you're going to see on this show. Big week for him. Yeah,
really had a nice night. You know, we pride ourselves on the 2-out RBI. You see Carson get the hit there to left field, and with 2 outs, runner at second, Webb Bobo gets the start on the night on the left matchup, and really comes out with a big 2-out RBI there to kind of get that lead there early, and allows Cashman to go back to work. You see, you know, not only did he have his fastball working, but he had his changeup working, his slider working as well. Really was impressive on the night, and again, we talked about our defense, man. Our defense made some really nice plays. You see Ryan Byers here going down the corner on a ball we thought might get out of the ballpark, and makes a really nice play there in foul territory. Cashman gets here, they bunt the guys up, they go ahead and we take the out like we're supposed to. The biggest thing for us is we had to make sure we eliminated the big inning. They end up getting one in the inning, but you see Cashman slide there, goes to work, and gets the punch out to end it.
Fisher gets the walk here to start you off offensively.
Yeah, really impressed. Again, our outs I thought were so much more productive on the night. As you see, we get one through there, through the right side. They get first and second going, ready to rock and roll. And really felt like we kept the pressure on pretty much all night, to be honest with you. But their left-hander, again, made some big pitches, some big moments. You see him make a nice pitch there to Byers, get the punch out, and really work out of a jam there. And then, obviously, Cashman goes right back to work. Right back in the bump there with the punch out, down away to Hunter Hope. Allowed our offense to a couple more innings to get some things going. See the chopper up the middle here. Good job there by Carson Kreitz on the speedy Carthon. He gets down the line, gets the out. And this would kind of turn into a pitcher's duel here for a little bit, all the way up until we get to the fifth inning. We finally broke into the bullpen. You see Cashman there with the strikeout as well on the fastball. Yeah, I thought we did a better job of putting some pressure on the defense this night. I think Tulane finished with 5 errors, but we always talk about balls don't take bad hops in the air. You got to put the ball on the ground, put the ball hard on the ground sometimes. And you see Eads does a good job there. Bro does a good job, also his speed. If he puts the ball on the ground, he's a threat anytime he puts the ball on the ground and does a good job moving up there to second. We got second and third here and got a chance to have a nice little inning going. Mountain does a good job. We get the bases loaded here. We get the fielder's choice ground out. Just does a good job of getting the guy in for third base. And again, we talked about productivity. Our outs were very productive of driving guys in and getting guys in from third base. See another run being driven here by Fisher on fielder's choice. Allowed us to get 2 runs here and take this lead 3-1. And then Cashman right back to work. Tell you what, little Brennan Bro there being a shortstop, man, he's been a nice addition, a nice energy plug for us. They're defensively and offensively. He makes a nice play there on the shortstop, and then obviously there on the little chopper there by Carthon does a good job. Again, we talked about the defense. I thought our defense played extremely well and did a good job of putting pressure on their defense. And then here we go with the big inning. Here we are in the 6th. Carson Kreitz greets the reliever, first pitch fastball. Absolutely annihilates the baseball in the left center field. It's one of the farthest balls I've seen hit in our park in a long, long time. You can see the energy goes around the bases with to get this thing going here in the 6th.
Yeah, kind of set the stage for you. It was 3-1 before this inning. Carson would lead it off with a home run, and really the floodgates would open for your offense right here. Would have a monster inning against Tulane and really put them away.
Yeah, it was really good to see. We've really struggled offensively here early in the go-around, and we've had some hits. The batting average is not the key here. It's been the productive outs we have and driving guys in and getting the hits when they actually count. Really thought on this night we played a lot faster. You see Ryan Byers there with the ball in dirt, Reed. We played faster, we played harder. We kind of had a little more grit about ourselves offensively, which was nice to see and get a little bit more confident in that box as Bobo draws the walk there. You see we set up for the bunt, try to bunt him over. Chris Eads does a good job, takes his HBP. Again, something we haven't been doing a whole lot of. We've been getting on the way of a lot of pitches offensively, which takes away base runners, takes away the pressure of the inside part of the plate. And he does a good job there taking the HBP, which allows this now as an RBI walk instead of just a walk to load the bags.
You mentioned Brendan Bro. He would have a nice week as well, offensively and with the glove. And here's Jacob Seward driving in some runs from that leadoff spot.
Yeah, really nice to see him get going as well. Had a kind of a early weekend. First weekend wasn't quite himself yet, and then obviously he's heated up. He's got into March, and when we get into March and April, that sucker really gets going. Last out of the ball game here, we get Carlo Graffio in there, get his collegiate debut. He goes out there and gets the last out, and we beat the Greenies at home, 13-4.
Lions win 13-4, 12 hits, highlighted by that big inning, put up 8 runs in 1 inning, knock off Tulane, who's off to a fast start. As the story of the game, Pat Cashman offensively, but then Pat Cashman on the mound, 6 2/3, 8 punch-outs. Like I said earlier, his fastball up to 94 miles an hour on this night. Matt, big win for your club against Tulane. They always have a salty group, and they're a team that many people think is a regional type team again this year, and nice to have that type of win early in the year.
Yeah, it really was. It was nice to get that monkey off our back a little bit. You know, they got us twice last year. We were one strike away from beating them twice, so they had a 4-game winning streak against us, so it was nice to break that streak up. They were ranked number 20 in the country, I think, in one poll, 27 in another poll. So it was a quality opponent coming to the Pat, and obviously to get some momentum built for that weekend. It was nice to see us go out there and do what we did, especially with the bats. Challenge Pat Cashman to do what he did, and obviously challenge the offense to do what they did. I thought the club really responded well.
Also want to give a shout out to the Lion fans. Nearly 2,000 Lion fans in attendance at the Pat for the game against Tulane. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights as the Lions took their first road trip of the year to North Carolina to take on the East Carolina Pirates and Maryland and Tennessee in the Keith LeClaire Classic. Let's take a break right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.
Baseball is supported by Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction, located in SLU's hometown, Hammond, Louisiana. Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction is a dealer-only auction.
For more information on Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction or their upcoming charity golf tournament, please visit www.lafcaa.com or visit Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction on Facebook and Twitter.
Your eyesight is so important, and when it comes to your eye care, let the friendly staff at the Bond Roten Eye Clinic care for you. Doctors Hunter Bond and Chris Roten, along with their staff of trained doctors, are committed to providing every patient with quality care. The Bond Roten Eye Clinic has the latest medical technology and eye care to help you, the patient. With over 14 years of experience, the Bond Roten Eye Clinic has 3 locations to serve you, with offices in Denham Springs, Hammond, and Amite. So if it's a checkup, glasses, or LASIK surgery, you need to visit the Bond Roten Eye Clinic. For more information on the clinic, please visit bondroteneyeclinic.com. Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. The Lions would take their first road trip of the year. It would be a plane flight as they would take the flight up to North Carolina to take on the East Carolina Pirates on Friday night. Here's the highlights. All right, here we go, Coach. Friday night against East Carolina, the Keith LeClaire Classic, taking on the home school. And we saw Kyle Settertall there. He's been masterful early on, and he was just as good this night as well.
He really was. Early on in the ball game, he struggled a little bit with command, got some behind a couple counts, but the competitor he is, he really held down a really good East Carolina offense. Their lefty was just as good. We knew it was going to be a matchup with both left-handers going. Had some expectations of it being a big ball game, and when you're in a tight ball game like this, you got to be able to execute. They missed a hit and run there. Chris does a great job of staying with it. Throw him out third base, and also we get the punch out here at the end of the inning. This was going to be a tight ball game. This was going to be a pitcher's duel all night long. You're probably not going to see a whole lot of offensive highlights in this thing to the end, but defensively I thought we played really well. I thought we put some pressure on their defense. They kicked the ball around a couple times. We couldn't get the big hit, but I thought our defense played extremely well on the night. Made some really nice plays here.
It was really a pitcher's duel back and forth. Some great defensive plays by both clubs in this one. Nice job by Carson getting down the line there instead of a double play. But it was a lot of ground balls, not a ton of strikeouts on both sides. I know Kyle came into this game leading the nation in strikeouts. Would only have 4 on this game, but would pitch all the way to the 9th inning.
Yep, and that's it. And he did a really good job of trusting his defense. Like we said earlier, I don't think he had his sharpest stuff. Probably out of the 3 outings, this was his least sharpest stuff. But the competitor he is and the strikes he throws, you see they just keep beating that sucker in the ground. And defensively, like you said, we played extremely well. And he trusted his defense, which was big. He gets the backdoor cutter there. One of the 4 strikeouts in the 8th and the 3rd inning, he went.
At one point, Matt, I know in the 6th inning, he hadn't given up a ball to the outfield. I mean, it was all on the infield in this game.
Yeah, and they probably had some generous scoring there as the home team. We could do a good job, make a big play here. That was a great play there by Derek Mount. You see all the guys excited, obviously, coming running off the field there to keep them at bay and keep it nothing ball game here in the 7th.
And Matt, I'll tell you, this really had a regional type feel to it. Here's a hit and run, get your offense going here, an opportunity to take the lead late in the ball game.
Yeah, a big moment there. We talked about we got to execute offensively, and they go to the bullpen. We do a great job. We execute the hit and run. We execute the push bunt. Unfortunately, here we try to read a ball in the dirt. We don't go right on the bounce. We hesitate a little bit. We get thrown out there at third base. But we got the lead in the 9th inning, which is exactly what you want. So, unfortunately, you see Chris go down here swinging, and we're going to go here in the bottom of the 9th. You'll see the end of this thing. This is what we talk about. We've got to be able to win ball games like this. You see their little right-hander does a good job hitting line drive to center. You can't see the play here, but Seward just does miss this ball in center field, just inches away from winning the ball game from us. But that's what we do. You got to go for it, go for the win. Unfortunately, we fall just a run short here, 2-1.
Matt, obviously, I know you were disappointed at the end of this one. This was a really good college baseball game. Came down to the end, no scoring at all until the 9th inning. Both starting pitchers were fantastic. Just a very tough one to swallow, leading 1-0 there in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, it really was, and it came down to, after Friday night, we talked about it. I was impressed with the way we competed. I don't think there's any question that we competed the way we were supposed to. But I told the guys, simply, we got to get the job done. I mean, it's time to find a way to win some of these ball games. This is the third one-run loss we've had. We lost one there late to Monroe. We lost the one there late to Troy, and then obviously we lose that one there on Friday night. And it was getting better. We found a way to score in the top of the 9th. Felt like we had some situations that just out of the reach of our hands there. The ball falls in just in front of Seward, who's obviously the best defensive center fielder in the country. But you got to commend the guys. I thought they competed well. I told them they keep staying with that attitude and find a way now to win one of these. We're going to be okay. And obviously what Kyle Sedetall did that night, you get that guy on Friday night, you can beat anybody in the country. There's
no doubt. He got a lot of praise from those East Carolina fans and also those in attendance for this game. Well, Matt, you turn around the next day, you take on Maryland that morning. Maryland's a club that was in a super regional a year ago, very talented club. Your starting pitch has been outstanding, but Max Soroller hit a little bit of a bump in this one. Didn't get the type of start that you were looking for.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't. I thought the offense came out with the right attitude. We were ready to bounce back, but unfortunately, I don't think Mac was prepared and ready for Maryland. And it happens. It's one of those deals. We've got to be able to pick each other up. And unfortunately, it was we couldn't do it offensively enough to get back in the ball game. They jumped on us early. We had some free passes from free walks that we gave the Maryland offense, and they did a good job of taking advantage of the free passes we gave them. So, obviously our conversation after Saturday, again, is, hey, your back's against the wall. Here we are, second week in a row. We've lost 2 Friday and Saturday back-to-back. We're going to see what you really made of tomorrow night and on Sunday against Tennessee.
Well, certainly the Lions would respond. Let's go back out to the Keith LeClaire Classic at East Carolina and check out the highlights as the Lions took on the Tennessee Volunteers. Here we go into Sunday, Coach, looking to get a victory over SEC foe, the Tennessee Volunteers. Dave Serrano and yourself out there at home plate. And this was a game where you would start fast and start early, especially offensively.
Yeah, again, I was really proud of the way we came out. Unfortunately, we were down 0-2 on the weekend. We lost to Maryland on Saturday. And again, challenged the guys tremendously that we had to come out with some certain energy about ourselves, a certain sense of urgency about ourselves. And they did. Seward leads off with a shot to center field. You see the drag bunt there. We put pressure on the defense. Burrow beats out the drag bunt. And then obviously, the threat of us running, we talk about all the time. The threat of us running, period, is going to apply some pressure. You see as he throws one away there. And here we go. Now we got to run at third and nobody out here. I really liked our combination we had with Seward in the 1 and Bro in the 2. And we saw we were running like madmen pretty much the whole game. Another big story here is Dominic Carlini. Man, again, challenged him big time last week. He knew how important this Sunday was. Obviously, after losing 2 and being 0-2 last week, being 0-2 this week, he knew what he had to go out and do. And very, very, very impressive early. To be honest with you, the only thing they scored were generous gifts that we gave them.
A lot of talking in the stands, a lot of talking among the scouts about how good Dominic Carlini was. His stuff was outstanding. And you go back to work. He gave you an opportunity to go to work offensively.
He really did. It helps when we come out to shoot both offensively and defensively all on the right page. Dom gave us a great start. We came out offensively the right way. We get the pass ball here that allows us to go second and third, and again allows us to have a productive at bat. We get the base knocked there to left field, get the guy in from third base, and to be honest with you, we had some real opportunities. We took advantage of those opportunities early. As we were up 4-0 early, you see the straight steal there at second base. We go in standing up. I think we end up having 5 stolen bases on the day, most we've had to date in a ball game. Unfortunately, we get picked off here, but Seward does a good job of staying in the rundown, allows us to score over there from third base, so we at least get the run, which we'll trade out for the run any day of the week there in that situation. You see we get off to the quick start there, 4-0, 4 hits, and we put some pressure on defense as Tennessee had 2 errors there.
And one thing we want to mention here is Tennessee, coming into this game, was one of the best teams in the country offensively. I mean, they had some unbelievable, video game type numbers as their hitters coming to the plate.
They scored 60 runs last week in the tournament they played in. They beat Maryland, or they lost to Maryland 10-9 in the early game and beat East Carolina on Saturday. So we knew what they had offensively, and Dom obviously pitched a heck of a game for us. But I tell you what, to have this guy at the end of the ball game, Cade Grenier, to come in and close this thing out, finish this thing off, and get us a big, big win was absolutely huge after Fisher's home run.
Lions win it 5-4 over Tennessee. Very quality win there early on here in 2016. Jamison Fisher, a huge game in this one, had the big home run in the ninth to put you on top, and you're able to hold on for the victory 5-4. Matt, certainly a huge win against Tennessee. You jump out 4-0. They actually tied the game 4-4. We didn't see it in the highlights. We had some technical difficulties out there at East Carolina, but Baseball America actually captured the play of the game as Jamison Fisher would homer in the ninth inning to give you the lead in this one.
Yeah, you know, we really need to win one of those tight ones. Here we are, a fourth one-run game. We've lost 3 of them already. Here we are playing the SEC Power with Tennessee. You know, and Jamison Fisher had a rough weekend. He'll be the first one to tell you he didn't have the weekend he wanted to offensively or defensively. But the young man's resilient. The young man stays with it, stays with the plan, stays with the process, stays positive, everything we talk about all the time when you handle some adversity. And see that young man get that swing off there in the top of the ninth and hit that home run and put us in the lead there to win that ball game. Couldn't be more proud of him.
Cade Grenier was also outstanding coming out of the pen. He gets the victory against Tennessee. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have more right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill.
Welcome to Buddy's Bar and Grill, located at 1236 South Morrison Boulevard in Hammond. Buddy's is home to great steaks, fresh seafood, and friendly service. Buddy's has been voted the best steakhouse and best restaurant in Tangipahoa Parish. With over 2,500 square feet and 3 large dining rooms, Buddy's can accommodate any party. Buddy's goal has always been to wow customers with their food and prices. Owner Scott Henderson and his family have always believed in giving customers good deals for their hard-earned money. Stop by Buddy's Bar and Grill for dinner and a drink. For more information on Buddy's, please visit buddyshammond.com.
This is the time. This is Ford Truck Month.
Let me hear you say truck. Yeah, let's crank it on up. Yeah.
Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck, and with over 25 million sold in the past 39 years, no wonder it's the #1 choice in the hardest-working industries out there. This is the place. This is Ford Truck Month. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 cash back on F-150.
Truck, yeah!
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers and Buddy's Bar and Grill. It's now time for our Lion Profile of the Week, and this week we're going to introduce you to senior Pat Cashman.
Pat Cashman came to Southeastern prior to the 2015 season, having played for a community college in his home state of Illinois. And the lure of the coaching staff and the players was what sold Cashman on Southeastern.
What stood out to me about Southeastern was the genuineness of the coaches about how confident they were about winning. And I think other programs kind of gave off the like we hope to be good vibe, and the coaches here, I just felt when I left that this team's going to win with or without me, and that's what I wanted to be a part of.
The kinesiology major settled into Southeastern, pitching in 13 games, starting 9 midweek contests. He finished with a 3-5 record and a 3.33 ERA. And while his numbers were good, the highlight of the year was helping his team win a Southland Conference regular season title.
It was awesome. I mean, it's just watching the games and pitching the games, you just knew that the team was going to compete every game. And you never knew if your team was out of it or not, because we'd always come back and fight, and every game was winnable. And it's a really competitive year overall.
Cashman worked hard in the offseason. This year, he's come out on fire, going 2-0 in his first 2 starts. And while Cashman's happy with the numbers to date, he says it's easy when the Lion bats are on fire.
It's easy to pitch when your offense is putting up about 15 runs a game. It's not hard to get 2 wins doing that. But, I mean, it's just playing with the full team support behind you, the defense. I mean, my goal is just to let them hit it and let the defense make the plays, and that's exactly what's going on. And it's been pretty easy so far.
Cashman got the chance to dogpile at UNO last year and has 1 ring on his finger. But with his last go-round, Cashman wants to go out a winner, and he knows this team has what it takes to do just that.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a great feeling doing that last year. But, I mean, all along, even last year, we were saying that's just one of the goals that we had. And that's obviously the goal again this year. But I think we have the talent this year to go beyond, and we truly believe that, to go beyond and to make a regional, make a super regional, and go to the College World Series.
When his time in Hammond, America is done, Cashman knows he'll always have a place in his heart for Southeastern and the teammates and friends he's made along the way.
I loved my 2 years here, everything about it. I love the town. I know when I leave, I'm going to come back. I mean, it's a hard town to leave. You know, you just fall in love with it. And my whole experience here, from baseball to school to everything else, has just been amazing.
Matt, we just introduced Lion fans to Pat Cashman. He's off to a 2-0 start. We talked about he had electric stuff against Tulane, fastball up to 94 miles an hour, and he is certainly a guy that is a benefit that you can have pitching in the midweek.
Yeah, you know, to have a guy running out there 90, 93, touching 94 at times, and the pitch the way he did, obviously Wednesday night against Tulane, that's an asset that I don't think a whole lot of ball clubs in the country have. You know, that young man's come through a lot. You know, he had a decent year for us last year, had some big wins for us last year, but obviously with his stuff and what he has, we expect even more out of him. And we told him that coming into the year, and obviously challenged him there on Wednesday night to see what he responded to and the way he's gone about his business. Again, can be more proud of him.
All right, Matt, got to get down to business now. Conference play starts this weekend. Incarnate Word comes in. This is a team he took 2 out of 3 from a year ago. Had that tough loss on Sunday against Incarnate Word, but nice to start the conference season at home at the Pat.
Yeah, it really is. You know, to be able to get in the conference play, we've played the first 13 games, have been challenging. We wanted to set it up that way, so once we got in the conference play, obviously we were some confident cats rolling in. And I think that's we're in a good spot here where we go in Friday night. We've seen some of the best competition in the country. Yeah. We've had our wins, we've had our ups, we've had our downs with it. But now that conference play starts, we know it's season number 2. You know, this is the first goal we're set out to do is to win this conference title, win it outright. And it's going to start Friday night with Incarnate Word at home.
Well, even when the conference play starts, the quality opponents continue to roll in for the midweek. South Alabama comes to town on Tuesday. I'll give myself a cheap plug. It's Gateway Ford night. We're going to hand out line-up T-shirts to the first 100 fans in attendance, so make sure you get there early for that one. But South Alabama, always a good club, a team that's close to us geographically, that brings a good club here to Hammond every year.
Yeah, it really does. Coach Calvey's done a phenomenal job over there at South Alabama, building them back to the power that they used to be. And, you know, obviously they had a really quality regional club a couple years ago. They won the Sun Belt last year, and I think they're going to pick up right where they left off from last year. They're off to a phenomenal start. They've had a couple big quality wins. I think they're 10-3 or 11-2, somewhere along those lines, and they've had some quality wins. They swept Southern Miss last week in a midweek series. So you're going to have a big-time quality opponent coming in the midweek that's going to have a chance to, again, build that RPI, who's, again, going to compete for Sun Belt Championship, and wouldn't be surprised if they compete for a regional championship, maybe even a super regional championship by the end of the season.
So many good opponents on the 2016 schedule, and a lot of them have been at home here early in the year. We hope to see you at the Pat this weekend. It's conference play as the Lions look to defend their 2015 crown. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us. For Coach Matt Reiser, I'm Alan Waddell. We'll see you next week.